No, he was a little off on Inferno, and they did need him. So Mirage,
Respect.
Abby's been great at. Yeah, since he's joined this team, I think he has become a large part of the identity of the team and a big reason they win their big games. I think he fits in and looks comfortable, but a little bit of an off map, not a star carry, and they didn't really look like they could have won Inferno really at any point. So now work's cut out for him, but I mean, Mirage isn't a punish in the same way that Inferno really wasn't a punish versus Heroic. So maybe OG have a chance.
See what they can bring to the server. It just felt like pound for pound from top of the board to the bottom. Individuals of Heroic simply sharper. We got impact out of Sjuush, Jabby, TeSeS down. Can't really say there were glorified moments for all of OG's members, but this pistol kicks off well enough. Double window peek. Uh-oh, you give Cadian an inch. He could find an entire mile, and he'll make his entire troop run that mile. That's right. Heroic like to go for jogs together.
Just hot potato with this bomb. Oh!
Man,
No.
need I jog your memory? Stound's a bit of a talent.
Oh, they take window. Cadian, I don't know if he knows about the second player inside of B, but with jungle now, Neofrag and CT will sit and wait. The bomb will run all the way back around through spawn. Could have gone up connector, but because there's a cat player, Stound's going a bit safer. They're using the time on the clock. Neofrag's walking in. And Stound, it depends where he plants, but, you know, backside triple, open to Flame Z. Cadian, I think he has to support here, and he is going to walk in front of connector now.
Good pressure from Flames, but because he's low, he can't continue that fight. Neofrag, the only player with real HP here. Bomb plant's gonna be stuffed. Sure enough, Neofrag, excellent push out, seized a chance to seize the moment, and with it, OG 3 for 3 in pistols so far this series.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And they've converted each pistol on Inferno into a 3-0 start.
Oh, wow.
Let that reality sink in.
So it starts to match up more clearly with why it didn't really feel like they had control of those maps. How many rifles there? Or that map, I should say. See if they can convert again. Oh, Dexter's falling back. Playing top stairs with MP9, it's a little dangerous for him. Uh-oh.
Especially when he can't see a thing. Tech9, what is this? Jabby just decides to dive bomb through smoke. Catches a second kill, nicely enough, but then that reload is an invitation for Stound to press in. Little did he realize, Nexa, right there, picking up the slack. Good amount of damage out of Fiku. Remember, this bomb plant shouldn't have ever happened, and Sjuush will go deep, trying to get that MP9 back. He falls. TeSeS to the 1v2. Missed Deeg shots as he slides out top con. OG convert again. But man, if that's the pace Heroic want to set for the rest of this T-side, OG better buckle up.
Well, yeah, that is how they play CS every day of the week. So the second push or third push into jungle just kept bringing new guns towards them. I think that was like all they had here after the Tech-9s. I don't think there were full rifles, and that's one advantage of OG going low on the rifles this round, is even though they picked up guns, they weren't good guns. Easier to kill guns, but not much reward for getting them down. But if one more thing went wrong in that position, Heroic would have denied the conversion. At least for them, it was expensive.
Gonna force again. Oh, good damage out of Jabby. He knows there's a second one coming. Stray bullet connects to Neofrag's forehead, and all of a sudden, Palace belongs to Jabby. But it's a very quick slice through middle, and an emphasis on Cat.
Yeah, they know there's one B.
Dexter's up, though. Connects to Stound. Difficult re-peek with low HP. He's hitting these shots, but they're surviving and closing that gap to the B site. Sjuush trades out, and Cadian gets stuffed. Curious situation here, knowing that Apartments is occupied by Dexter, that second terrorist in Stound on 17 health, and the utility at the bottom of Sjuush's feet, making it so awkward for him to even hang on. But he's done a good job of surviving. and now they're gonna try to clear that back line. CT's out from market already. Stown, just the scout, connects into the first one, and he's figuring out this play. Neofrag, oh, if only.
Jesus.
That scout an inch off the mark.
Yeah, he did nearly figure that out. And that was a very complicated situation. Degster, he got the tags off, hard shots, but he stayed alive that entire time. So did what he needs to do as a solo B guy, but when the double push from Halls came in, they knew that OG were going to have one back in CT. And Jabby's kill almost made this kind of unwinnable for OG, and Neofrag could have died as well if he wasn't just as careful as he was backing out through that window.
So they get their 3-0, and what could be another one queued up here. Heroic. Okay, they're gonna go real fast, but caught on the window was TeSeS. Nexa makes mincemeat of them with one of the MP9s. This is money for OG.
Nice.
A ton of cash stacked high on that B site and no cost whatsoever. We've got a Nexa 9-2 start to this one.
Yeah, and that's one round finally that's clean after all of that. So, the buy will come in here again for Heroic, but it's a 3B start from OG to kick things off. In that last round, Dexter's, I mean, he knows afterwards he hit some shots through the corner of a windowsill, through a wall, through a pillar, but he hit him. So let's see if his confidence is a bit higher in this game.
Windows fog up. And Heroic shroud top mid in smoke. Putting the two MP9s from the B site to good use. Close proximity in Palace. It's info gained. Shush is still lingering not too far off. We'll get the test here versus Degster. Like you said, has hit some shots.
Oh, man, the bait's good enough. Displaces the aim. It's a great shot from Cadian, honestly. So, it looks like he still dies no matter what, but that's the B site cracked open with control of the op as well.
That one kill, dude. That one kill just siphons the soul out of OG. They've got to concede it. And that's going to activate Shush, who takes a bunch of damage, but still has them locked in. He's being flanked right now. The other MP9. Gonna find him on the fallback. Stown still kills Neofrag, so there's definitely some weapons here to take away from OG and Heroic. You know, the fact that Dexter lands his shot, but it's the leg on the jumping player, and Cadian right there knows what he wants.
Yeah, the thing is,
dies anyways.
He dies anyways. They called him out for playing there because he was there already, so. The shot was actually quite hard for Cadian after Dexter took it. So.
A tough shot and an impactful one. Because we see how just empty that B site feels once Dexter's
They knew,
dead.
they just jumped out. They knew right away. Gotta be careful, OG, just, you know, the crown jewel is Dexter. They know they need him. Dexter knows that he has to show up. But if he gets countered specifically, like moments like that, well, the round goes with it. Really good, clean pre-aim. Surprised that actually even did 100 damage.
Tough pill to swallow, but also just the first. So Heroic, see what they throw out next. It's aggression towards the top of middle. Neofrag tagged and dead. They wanted that fight, they got it, but they lost it. Dexter still sits at the bottom of middle. Smoke fades, scopes in on Stown. Won't get away though to Connector. Was hopeful that he could just sprint that short distance, but TeSeS capitalizes on the moment and maintains that edge. 4v3 to Heroic, mid-control, and a set of eyes out of those apartments towards B. If it's not going to be Dexter, then it tends to be Flames. But right now, Fiku's about to be fed some kills if he's careful. Will catch a headshot, but also gets exposed. He had just jumped up there And if Heroic lean back into that A site, if they follow through with the hit, well,
They're just faking.
Nexa and Flames are there. But the bomb's still up in Palace. Is this a fake?
Whoa, well, Kibs. OG, they might just be gambling it to save anyways, so maybe there's a chance they win here because of this.
Sometimes gambling's worth it.
Keep going.
Only quitters truly lose. Of course, if Jabby also adds himself to this 3-player prong.
Who knows quite yet. There's so many small timings here. The bomb will be planted, it looks like opposite triple, and they've got good smokes even versus CT, so they're watching this.
Adian misses a shot. They can stop that plant. If they stop that plant, then it's all good. But hands busy, TeSeS comes off. And now he's just waiting because he knows that they're close. They've climbed on top of Firebox. TeSeS trying to keep himself small. Steps back into Nexa's open arms. And Jabby's going to have to come through clutch. The CTs took a risk, and it pays off. Woo! All they want to do is save, and instead, they pick up their 5th.
That was such an excellent retake. And they just gamble. They just gambled. Well, the thing is that they didn't even see the B player. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They were playing A and saw smoke land on A, and then Heroic went A.
Yep.
So it was like, okay.
No, they played in the dark. And honestly, it would have been way easy to just close that clutch if Cadian finds his op shot when they push out from Ticket. But a missed chance there. Yes. OG gonna take that one with a grin.
It's very, very nicely done. Hard to figure that out too, to kill TeSeS. They approached him correctly. Nice weight on the last peek from Flamesy as well. Ooh, TeSeS, another monster frag. He was good at catching Dagster inside of middle there last round.
TeSeS, the highest rated Heroic player at groups last week. Fiku, nade into the pack, but it's a fast Heroic leaning on that sharpness that TeSeS has shown us since 2023 has begun.
He is really the GOAT of our time.
Just a one-man army. Runs up catwalk, collapses the B defense on his own. Blink and you would have missed it. It's a second one for Heroic, but it will still come with a bit of a price tag.
You see that Heroic are like instantly looking for exit frags all the time.
Yeah.
And that's how they kind of crushed on Inferno. Honestly, just so few buys for OG. OG now being a touch more vigilant when it comes to them walking away from sites. So there's that. After all is said and done, though, it's a 5-1. It's 5-2 now, but good start.
Just the TeSeS entry. Double entry. 2. It's more than 1.
Dublio.
Yeah, what is that?
Just means double.
Dublio? Dobio? Dobio?
Dobio.
Dobio.
Dubio.
Learned it. We walked into a cafe the other morning.
It's just like double in Italian.
I said, yes, I'd like an espresso. She said, Dobio? And I said, excuse you. What? Dobio? But we've taken so many other words, I feel like.
Dopio.
Dopio. Oh, with P's. Damn, I'm still getting it wrong.
It's in Italiano.
Oh, it's Italian.
That's why you add an O all the time.
Dopio.
I don't think it's supposed to be an insult.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, if somebody called me a dopio, we'd have problems.
No, you're just a dope.
Okay. I'm pretty dope, thank you. Palace smoke goes down. We got a lot of bodies here, Heroic. Forward press out of OG, getting into the ramp as the smokes come parading over top. Flames and Neofrag in the pocket, but there's nothing behind this. Palace players, the late lurk. He'll be the last one to leave, but they've drawn that third CT out.
It doesn't work, but the CTs are still so close to the ramp, so they're very far rotations, and they're a little confused, actually.
And we know what happens when this B site crumbles quickly.
They're transitioning into the cat push, and Sjuush, I don't think he spotted this, but he gets away clean. These CTs, again, they get in on a flank, but they're still tied up.
Jabby's going to put fire on
This is a cool exec, man.
And he's got to just try and swing out wide. The catwalk compromised. He knows he's doomed. Can he bring anybody with him? 2 Ts to the corner. There's the market peak.
Yikes.
It's a labored effort from Nexa, but at least him and Fiku both get a kill. Considering how bad that looked for a moment,
Bombs by the window.
you get yourself a 3v3. You've got Degster with eyes out through window. Bomb will be recovered. Now there is a very slow burning flank through apps, and eventually when that gets into position, it could have impact. Sjuush whittled down by that nade. Degster taken to 12 as the counter-opper connects with damage. It's a bench lock-in. That's what it looks like. As Neofrag will get the next fight towards Cat, the op has yet to cross. No, Jabby caught in the open, and now Cadian's gonna have a chance to shine, a chance to clutch, to keep OG off 6. Snapshot up, and no second. I don't know if he pulled the trigger.
I think he did, but he jumped.
Oh, the inaccuracy sends it over Neofrag, and he will take to the top of the board alongside Nexa.
Dead on him, too. Damn. That was kind of crazy looking, but a nice try, but everyone was too open. OG's retakes have been pretty fantastic, man. Even on Inferno, it feels like they have chances to do it.
Did he shoot? Yeah.
It was just jumping inaccuracy. Landing inaccuracy, I should say.
Did he?
What?
I don't hear it. I'm not a believer.
If you ever turn on the box to show what your landing accuracy looks like, you'd be horrified.
That's why Halzerk was using that crosshair the other day.
Some people just have more luck. They land, they shoot, it lands. But the spread is crazy.
All right, it's business mode now. Rugged takes the sweater off. Honestly, big moment here for OG's defense.
Got caught.
Yep.
Oh, he got caught.
Lost him.
Now he got punished.
Caught on the door frame. So the Danish ops lane. Stown looks to take his place. Flash to window. Stown on an op. Love it. Sure enough, catches Flames blinded. As he fumbles around in the window, there is going to be another peek. That's Nexa out next, but Fiku stuffs Jabby inside the apartments, and Stown's success of getting up catwalk could be cut off. He's hoping TeSeS can come through with apartments, but if TeSeS loses that fight versus Fiku, then honestly, this one is over.
He kind of threw a retake smoke for him to get closer, and now Stown's actually crossed the site.
Goes well. Stown doesn't have to look back.
I think that smoke, they throw it because they're worried about Stown, but it actually just lets him have full control of the site now.
He fixates forward instead. Nexa, who's been having himself an excellent second map in this series, will not be able to jump up to try and stop bomb. TeSeS now commits. We've got, of course, the op up cat on Degster. Slow start, but still looking for his impact. It's Nexa instead. Stown wraps round the side of the site. Eventually, apartments also becomes a problem. 3 separate entrances here from OG, and Stown, stoic, sits on the same angle, stalls out, flicks to Nexa, but as he does, Neofrag gets to the party just in time to deliver OG 7th.
Yeah, he's 12-2 right now, doing excellently. And again, the retakes, they've been coming through on the lurks, especially through the halls, just late enough to have no problem. So, opening kill for Degster to shut down the cat tactic. And I don't even know if Caden, even if he was fast enough, Degster looked like he was sitting triple waiting, so might have still got that kill. Fiku been a solid anchor so far in B, I feel like. And even versus some of these tricky rounds, OG are getting their way back in.
You want to do some digging?
Yeah.
When's the last time we've had a Nexa carry for OG as of late?
Remember that ancient game?
No, I don't. Which one?
He had like 35 kills, or oh, sorry. It was recently.
Because I know he has it in him, but I've just felt like, and maybe this is just incorrect bias, I feel like it's been getting less and less often that Nexa's taking over games. And he shouldn't have to, but I feel like he used to.
It was 35 versus Liquid on Nuke. You remember that?
Oh, okay.
The groups.
That was an excellent series then, too. 21 and 13 on Ancient as the first map. All right, well, that's not too long ago then. Jackpot. Three players up mid, but three players pushing Cat. Nexa at the front of it, insta-dink. Oh. Nade almost finishes Stound, but then with Flames being boosted, they will catch that player trying to creep up into Khan. Low HP, doesn't stop Stound. Shush Galil spray, and he clears off Ticket. He's still fighting. It takes the third CT off of Catwalk to finally put him down, and that just preoccupies so much of OG that Heroic flood into A site.
And the first time I think OG are going to win the round, then Heroic win it. It looked like Heroic are going to win all these previous rounds, and then OG win them. Here coming down mid, I thought it was really cool to have Nexa go for the push, and they're setting up the stack on top of Cat bricks. So they get early information. If they find people there, then those guys get involved. And Nexa gets his first dink off, the next frag. But when you dinks down, you got to kill him. You got to finish him off. He knows how to be so annoying. Open B site on the rush, sort of.
Yeah, there's a little timidness to it, but it's also the guarantee of nades. And guaranteed's the right word, because no chance, OG. That's 4. 4 to the board for Heroic. Well, I hope for Degster's sake that he starts to get activated, because, again, not that the last map was a failure by any means, but just not the most impactful, and now here again, even worse, in fact.
Yeah, he was kind of okay. Wait, did he just oh yeah.
He was 18 and 17 on Inferno.
Yeah.
Still top frag.
They were just the worst team. Like, they didn't win any rifle rounds. Nope. They didn't have, like, they weren't ahead in utility at all. Their CT side, they were getting way less utility damage on all the site holds. Their site holds on B were just so far behind. On this map, I mean, they're playing from the back foot in a number of situations, and then they make really good players to get back into the round. The retakes on B, they made Heroic look like the worst team overall. We're getting, like, crazy stuff, but not only are they getting the pistol conversions, but OG have 1 rifle rounds with multiple players alive.
And it feels like if the floor of OG doesn't rise right now, then Heroic's T-side could definitely just crack through and end up taking the edge in this half. I think this is a critical turning point right now, round 12. Right here, right now, triple B. 2 players instantly boosted up looking for a fight, and if they can find those backs turned an underpass, they could really compromise the mid play. But if Heroic keep it fast enough, it's just not going to get in position in time.
We're coming in with no kits here for the CT side. Need to play active.
Neofrag hanging out in window, Jabby boosted just outside it. Again, the Apartments players have to crawl. They decide to split. One exiting the Apartments towards T-spawn, but by the time Nexa gets here, we've already got Heroic starting to press out through the top of Connector. Now they do lose Jabby, and Neofrag, he's got himself at least one. But Degster's also stopped this hold, and Fiku finds his top mid flank, so all goes good for OG. Those 2 players in position fast enough, and Heroic thinking they're ahead of the curve, but instead they meet the curb.
Yeah, well done. Double push in the halls. Nexa oftentimes, like, I think is the caller who used B apps pushes the most, but usually to a point where they just try to get B apps control as much as possible. I'm seeing it a little bit less now, but here with the double push and there's no one up there, well, that's just the round over. They at least get the info, they alert their A players to play safe positions, and they get that full flank in.
Nice active round out of the defense. See if things continue. This one a little more textbook. Ooh, shush. Looking for some legs. Got a lot of the utility already out of OG here. We're at the minute mark. They're down to a single smoke and incendiary. Heroic still with multiple sets, and Sjuush does catch that gap the second time around. But pressured by util, he has to fall out.
Got some info on the close A setup. They drew out an incendiary earlier on B.
Last smoke belongs to Fiku on that B site. Currently alone because Nexa has doubled back towards Murder Hole. Down slips off a couple times, but here we go. Fiku.
Yeah, they seem comfortable running around, not expecting an op. I think they're right about it.
Does he use it to his advantage? Does he give himself some cover? Stound's gonna get stuffed over in jungle. Fiku doesn't get his insta headshot. Will still plume smoke, but dies before it pops. And of course, now we've got Heroic just running into that B site. Fast cat flank, Cadian hands busy. If he came around the corner right then and there, then it could have got stopped, but Nexa plays it cautiously. And the HP here is low for Flames and Neofrag, so Nexa going down with a full bar is a dooming situation. Heroic, they manage to slice through B in the late round, and that will give them their 5th.
It's a nicely called round there from Heroic with the map control they took, but OG kind of nibbled on every little detail, every hint that there might be a player on both sides of the map, and used a lot of their early utility. And as you were bringing up, Fiku should have dropped his smoke preemptively in that situation. 19 seconds, well past the critical territory of the round where they're going to need to get that bomb planted, and couldn't win his opening duel. So, little mistake. It seems like there wasn't really good communication for him to expose himself to Cat, but he threw a smoke to cover it just in case. So I wasn't sensing a very strong idea about how to handle that situation. Right here, it's just free.
All too easy. And that's the kill that locks it in. So Cadian numerically not as great of a map as Inferno, but still finding his impact. And Heroic still taking their round wins. OG.
This will be the last little bit of money they have.
It's a rebuy, but how healthy is it going to be?
They save 2 guns or 3?
2 AKs at least.
Okay.
3 players. So all is good. 3 AK-47s, couple M4s. OG can be happy with that one. We'll see if they can hang on to their grenades longer than the last round, because those bad boys dried up real quick.
OG bringing an idea towards mid. It might get hectic here on the A site. Neofrag, I don't know how aggressive he needs to play this. The CTs are going to be fast in this direction, but the site's going to get taken over.
Lady Luck graces Flames, gives him Stound's head. The bomb goes down 4v4 regardless.
It's actually going to be kind of hard to hold on connector.
Feels that way.
I wonder how Heroic are going to transpose. CT's open, and they start to spread out actually.
Nexa's going to take Con. But he's going to clear underpass first. Good.
Nice.
Nicely done from Nexa. Pushes a bit more pressure to Heroic. Sjuush catches him. The trade frag efficient. And Cadian waits for the delivery of the CTs in from Ticket. Missed chance on the first shot, but there's more where that one comes from. And he even gets caught extending outwards. But by the time OG even hit this site, there's no time for the retake. Yeah. Cadian offers himself up to the Flames, but the bomb pops and gives Heroic 6. And the CTs hanging on. Will Sjuush press the issue? He's trying to run him down, and he gets stuffed. Fiku denies it, so still those CTs save.
I think what he saw right there is jungle control, but the fresh second smoke that came in made OG feel like if we're going to win this, we actually have to get moving towards CT. And Heroic set up immediately to have a perfect post plant for CT. Sjuush was out in the open if they came through jungle. The easiest kill they could have got right there was Nexa inside of connector, but he was looking in the wrong direction as the smoke came up. If he kills Sjuush, then they're on for a retake. And they've had a few fabulous retakes so far this half, but that situation tips towards Heroic.
Good pincer here from OG off Cat. It's a chance to get that 9th one queued up. Heroic just gonna try to give him the fight. A fast clash in the B site with Fiku coming up on top.